Hello there everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is the October monthly predictions. We're going to see what the month of October has in store for you, and we're going to do this by looking at your general, love, relationship, and your career and finance. So we have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have this lepidolite palmstone. Pile 2, we have a clear quartz tower. Pile 3, we have a black moonstone. And pile 4, we have this orange calcite. So take a few deep breaths, think about the month of October, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the lepidolite palmstone, then we have your reading here for you for the month of October. We're going to see what October has in store for you, as well as get into the tarot, where we're going to do general, love, relationship, and career finance. So we're going to start with the cards you chose. So something about that lepidolite palmstone. It's very calming, more so than amethyst. It's one of those stones that really grounds you or calms the nerves. So I feel like for some of you, you could be a little jumpy or jittery this month. I'm not sure why that's coming through, because I'm getting a little bit of like anxious energy. So maybe some of you are dealing with something that is making you anxious, or that could be a theme this month. The card you chose is the Devil, number 15. So yeah, I feel like there are certain, especially if certain moods put you into bad habits or like push you back into your bad habits, I feel like this month you might be having to watch out for that, because there's something about, it's like either the colder weather or the change of weather, regardless of where you are, kind of brings out something in you. That's what I'm getting. It's something about your environment. So I have your oracles pre-selected. We have Harvest Witch, number 21. What sacrifice have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? So there's something to be said about all the hard work you've done here, pile 1. All the sacrifices that you have made. It's like, remember what you do and why you do it. Remember everything. It has to be worth something, right? I keep hearing in Spanish, tiene que valer la pena. Vale la pena. Like, it's worth it. Literal translation, it's worth the shame. You know, it's like you put yourself through so much. Whatever you're doing has to be worth something here. The thinking mind acts like it's everything, but it's not. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this could even be a case of being too much in the thinking brain and not enough within the soul, not enough within the heart. Because I don't want to say that you're overthinking things. It's more like you forget the meaning behind your thoughts and your actions. There's something... You're going through a lot this month, pile 1. I can already tell. We also have the work is whatever uncomfortable thing is in front of you right now at this moment, number 2. So a lot of you may be having to do some work that maybe you're not really looking forward to, but I feel like once you do it, things will get better. Once you start getting yourself into it, knowing that you're getting closer and closer to something, to your goal, to an abundance, to something, you will start feeling better once you do the work. Like, even if it's just a few steps in. We have Crown, Sovereignty, number 27. We have Surrender. The Morrigan, Righteous Anger. And on Zeus, Wisdom, which means wisdom or intuition. So for a lot of you, there's kind of like a battle within the self, because the Devil was coming through as like a battle within the self. The bad habit doesn't necessarily have to be anything like, I don't know, for example, smoking. It could be something like being very hard on yourself. I think some people, their way of handling and dealing with things is through negative self-talk or through hitting the gym harder, like almost like a way of quote, quote, punishing yourself for doing something that you didn't feel was worth it. Or I don't know, a lot of you have been very hard on yourselves lately. And I feel like that's kind of a theme that you battle in October, is to not be so hard on yourself, because you're worthy of being adored. You're worthy of being somebody that people do look up to. But I think there's been so much within your psyche lately, my beautiful pile 1, that you kind of forget to decompress. Because surrender lets me know that you have to kind of, I mean, it's easier said than done. I'm hearing to let go of the energy surrounding this. But for a lot of you, it becomes a little bit more complicated. Or one other way of seeing this could be that you might have a tendency to overcomplicate things because a part of you doesn't really believe that things can be that easy or that things shouldn't be that easy. And I think you have to ask yourself why it can't be easy. I feel things can go as smoothly and as simple as possible, and you can still have your desired outcome. You can still reach the goals, reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach here without having to struggle. After all, it's like, that I'm using this as an example, like if you've ever seen like a trainer and you thought, oh, push-ups are supposed to be done this way, but then a trainer comes and shows you actually you have to do them this way and they're easier and the results are even better. Or another example, like in the movie Monsters Incorporated, where they think that, you know, scaring the kids is going to get them all this energy, and it turns out that making the kids happy and making them laugh gets them 10 times more energy than scaring them. It's like things can be simple and they can feel good. They can be good. I think in your mind, in your little beautiful complex mind, you've kind of programmed yourself to believe that things can only get better if they are hard, but it's the opposite here. Things can be easy and they can get better at the same time. I think it's just a matter of shifting your perspective and being able to be open to that possibility at the very least. At the very least, experiment with that. Try having an easier day and see how your results are. Sometimes the results are the same, and if you can feel better getting the same results, then why not at least go for that? And ask yourself why you kind of don't allow yourself to feel better in this case as well. Because you are sovereign. You're meant to have this beautiful crown upon your head. You're meant to walk the place as if you... Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? This is also the crown chakra, because now I'm looking at all those crowns, and the Morrigan here has a crown as well. Answers and surrender make me think of intuition and connection to source. So for a lot of you, you could be opening up to connecting to the... I just heard to the love of the universe, to opening up to connection with the divine, whatever your connection to your own divine may be here. So for a lot of you, I feel like you're reconnecting, and in that way you're being shown just how wonderful life can get. Take that as it resonates, of course, but if this sounds like something that you want to keep hearing about, let's move on to the tarot, which may or may not keep going on with this particular topic. But this was very specific. For a lot of you, I feel like there's a little bit of a... I keep hearing lost soul. Like maybe you just feel like your belief in something has been a little, I mean, I don't want to say damaged, but it's like you find it hard to believe certain things, or your faith in humanity, your faith in yourself has been slightly diminished or slightly, I don't know, slightly aggravated. So for your general tarot, my pile one, we have the Two of Cups. Is this meant to be reversed or upright? You're looking to past connections because this card keeps facing that way, and future connections. So I feel like you're taking into account the people you socialize with, the people you consider your friends, not just platonic, but also romantic. So for a lot of you, you may be questioning the people you surround yourself with, regardless of what the intent is. Which is fair, because like I did say, there's an anxiousness to this particular pile, and I feel like you're starting to notice that it's your surroundings, and by your surroundings and environment, I do mean certain people around you. Not everybody, of course, but there are certain people here who maybe don't have the best intentions for you. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. It's like you're waking up from a fog. Because the Eight of Cups reversed is returning to your feelings, returning to how something made you feel. You could be talking about the past here as well. High Priestess, there's that intuition. Your intuition is kicking in this month for sure, especially for those of you who have, for example, Neptune in either Libra or Scorpio, which I feel like people born in the 80s would have that. Because my Neptune's in Capricorn, so just before this, or yeah. So some of you could have Neptune in either of those, which would mean that your intuition just amps up. We have the Three of Swords, Three of Coins. Yeah, there's some sort of deception, or there's some sort of people not being fair to you. People being sneaky. I don't know if somebody has it out for you or not. Maybe you just think you're being paranoid, but I feel like there's actually some validity to that paranoia of yours, because I feel like somebody here is trying to make you look bad or trying to make you feel bad. So if you were picking up on that, I feel like, yeah, that's kind of true, unfortunately. We'll see more of that in the relationships and friendship section, but I do feel like there are people out here trying to rile or ruffle you up at least. Let's get one more. We have the Eight of Wands, a stagnancy. Can I get confirmation, or not confirmation, can I get an elaboration on the stagnancy? Three of Cups. Okay, so I do feel pile one. There's something about your social circle this particular month, or if not social circle, then the people you surround yourself with, the people around you that maybe you're forced to be around, because that's what I get with the Three of Coins. I do feel like there's people around you who are just not the best for you. And I feel like this month is like a flashpoint for that. I feel like if you've noticed that you feel better when you don't see somebody, and you're starting to notice that pattern of like you feel less anxious when you don't see someone, or you just, I don't know, there's somebody or something or some people here that are just not conductive to your energy or your growth at this time. I say at this time because maybe it's cyclical. Maybe this time of year they get a weird way or you get a weird way. And whether this is something that is permanent or temporary, I'm not sure, but I do see yourself being distanced from certain people. I do feel like with the High Priestess here, that this is going to be something that is kind of out of your control, because the universe is trying to show you how different you feel when you're not around certain people. Back of the deck, the Hierophant. Yeah, karmic lessons. You know what's weird? Remember, I don't know if anyone's seen, well, I don't know if everyone has seen the movie Zootopia, but it's been out long enough. But this lady, at the beginning of the movie, she comes off as very nice because she and Judy, the main character, they're very similar. They come from a similar background. They're both, what are they called? The small, non-predatory animals. But then it turns out that she's like an evil mastermind. She's just, you know, she's not a great person. Let's just put it that way. And I'm seeing something similar here. Like some of you thought you could trust somebody. Some of you thought that maybe you and somebody would get along well. But then it turns out that it's not quite as it seems. And I kind of hesitate to say this because I feel like for a lot of you, you're having a hard time accepting this, and that's fair. If this isn't resonating, we do have other piles. Underneath that, the World, closing a chapter, and Queen of Pentacles. Because I feel like, again, there's somebody here who's been just not great for you. And I feel like that's the biggest thing this month, is you dealing with the environment you're surrounded in, because you're feeling things again. In some cases, maybe some of you only hung out with certain people because of either certain things you did together, or maybe every time you were around them, you did certain, certain substances. I'm thinking of like the friends that you meet up with to drink, but you only ever drink around them. And whenever you're both sober, it's kind of like, I don't think we actually get along. However, when we drink, we actually do get along. It's that kind of situation. And I think you have to ask yourself, is that like a healthy relationship to have? I'm not here to decide that for you, but you will be seeing the effects of that this month. So with that said, because we're already talking about people, with that said, let's go ahead and see what your love and friendship section is trying to tell you this month, pile one. We have the Tower reversed. I feel like you already saw this coming. The Tower reversed is like something that's a little bit, it's not unexpected, but it doesn't surprise you. It's like if you put one and one together, you know it's going to be two. You already knew this would happen, but it still kind of shakes you up. It still takes you a little bit by storm, because it's like, how else were you supposed to handle this, is what I'm hearing. We have the Chariot reversed. Again with this stagnancy. For some of you, if you've noticed that you haven't been moving forward in your career, in your life, in finances, if you haven't been able to advance in some way, understand that people are holding you back. And I don't know why this message is so insistent in this pile. I think you just really need to hear it, pile one. We have the Ten of Wands. The good news is that it's going to get easier, the Emperor, when you take back control. It's going to get easier when you set boundaries and take back control, because I think people have been trying to make you feel like you have no options, but you take back control. And you start noticing your worth once you distance yourself from these people. And I think some of you have just gotten used to people treating you a certain way that you don't understand. You don't believe that things can be better. Back of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. But unfortunately, that does mean that you have to let go of people who, again, if it's not people, it could be environments. If it's not that, it could just be the type of people, for example, that you may be romantically attracted to, that you may be used to even. But I do feel like the unfortunate aspect is that you have to distance yourself from them. If not, the universe will come through and distance you from them or make them distance from you. But I feel like you're going to regain so much control and you're going to feel better. It may just be a little bit of a wonky start here. Let's get into your finances and career. For my pile 1. We have the Seven of Swords. Chariot reversed. Interesting that the Chariot came out reversed twice. So this is definitely not a month of moving forward with anything. Because there are things that need to be resolved. So if you were looking for advancement this month, I feel like it's a moment to pause before you go forward. This month is more of a moment to pause. We have the Devil reversed. Because in pausing, you will undo a lot of the bad habits, the negative traits, all the gunk that comes with whatever it is that you're trying to move on to. You're undoing it. I know this is meant to be workplace, but for a lot of you, I feel like all of these cards have something to do with one particular subject. And for some of you, we could even be talking about like being obsessed with a particular situation or a solution or a problem here. But in the workplace especially, we're undoing a lot of BS. Your Page of Swords. And the reason why this is because you either have somebody new in your workplace who helps you out with this, or you're coming into new information that people didn't want you to find out. This is mainly in the workplace, but this could apply to anything as well. You have the Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're undoing a lot of BS. And it's like you no longer have to fight. So the workplace is looking really great for a lot of you. You're undoing things that you thought couldn't be undone. You're finding out that you can do things better. Yeah, you won't progress forward, but again, there's a reason. It's like you're stuck in this little moment in time in October so that you can overcome your fears, your anxiety, so you can understand that your environment around you isn't being the best for you. Because once you move forward, you'll be able to move more freely. It's like you're letting go of the baggage. You're letting go of I feel like people could really push a lot of their energetic baggage onto you, and you're understanding and learning that. So in releasing that, it becomes way better. And back of the deck, Three of Cups. That said, I'm not saying that you're going to lose like all of your friends. I'm saying you're losing the ones that you know aren't great for you, because you will end up finding new ones. You will end up celebrating with better people. It's like you remind yourself who your real ride or dies are. You know, you find your real ones here. And for a lot of you, it's been a long time coming. We have the Star and the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, the workplace is where you find out that you can actually progress forward once you undo a lot of the garbage or baggage, which I really like. When it comes to relationships though, I do see you regaining your own power. It's like something was inevitable. Maybe some of you came here knowing that something was going to be inevitable this month and you're dealing with this. So I really hope this advice helped you out, pile 1. But with that said, let's move on to some closing advice. And like I said, if the messages in this pile, which unfortunately weren't the most positive, but they maybe needed to be heard, weren't resonating with you, then I urge you to go to the other piles. For pile 1, I do hear you regaining back your power. You're regaining back your magic, which is more important than anything. Also, I apologize for my ugly hands right now. They're all cut up. The nail polish is chipped. I've had a rough week. I've had a rough week for sure with my hands. All right, pile 1. You are living poetry. You are living poetry. With this, I'm hearing that beautiful mind of yours that tends to overcomplicate things or to think very deeply is actually pure poetry. Maybe reading poetry or writing poetry could be a sort of outlet that really helps you out. Because a lot of you have a very beautifully talented way with words. The sacred flow of yes. Oh, I love this. like I said, there's a stagnancy this month because the following month or whatever happens after you get over the particular thing that is causing the stagnancy is going to be nothing but beautiful flow of yes, essentially. Like you're going to be an energy of accepting and receiving and really living the life you want. And then we have ambush your fear with your ferocious dream. Yeah, remember what you do this for. Remember why you're doing so much. And if people are getting in the way of your dream, it's time to let them go. They can either get on the train with you or they can hop off. You know, it's up to them, or you can make up that mind for them. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the clear crystal quartz, then we have a reading here for you about the month of October. What does October have in store for you, and anything else that you may need to know? We're going to start with the oracles, and then we're going to get into the tarot, where we're going to see your general love, relationship, and finance reading. So we're going to get into the oracles for my pile 2. So the card you got is the 5 of Wands. What am I getting? I'm getting competition here. And I don't always read the 5 of Wands as competition. It can mean several things, actually. But here I'm getting a little bit of like either competition or like a need to outdo something or someone. This could be yourself. This could be other people. But I am getting a little bit of that. I'm also hearing the song Gnarly by Calcite. So I don't know. What is that song about? I mean, maybe things could literally get gnarly. But I'm getting a little bit of that, where it's like you're really feeling yourself, you're feeling on top of the world. But I feel like either you have, I'm getting a little bit of like the evil eye. People are looking enviously, or you can make people jealous this month for sure, especially the closer we get to Scorpio season. Scorpio is notoriously known for their jealousy. Not all of them, of course. That's just like a trademark negative trait of Scorpio is the jealousy. But Taurus also has that, and I say that as a Taurus. But regardless, we're getting a little bit of that. Let's go ahead and get your cards. We have Canas with Torch. Interesting. This kind of reminds me of like the Ace of Wands here. You're getting a lot of energy this month. Like, I feel like you're going to have an abundant amount of energy. Still not failing enough. Like I said, there's a little bit of competition here. If you're in a competitive sport or endeavor, I feel like this is going to be positive for you. Yuki Onna, release. Ceridwen, transformation. We have balance. Integrity, number 41. Harvest Witch, 21. What sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? This card came out in a previous pile, but I get a different meaning here. Okay, so whatever you're doing this month, you definitely got your eye on the prize. You definitely want to get better. With still not failing enough, I feel like you're not even accepting failure as failure. You're seeing failure as a learning experience, which I think is very positive here, pile 2. And there's something here about you overcoming anything negative that is being sent your way. There's something here about you taking on something almost with like a fierceness here. But it's like a very quiet and dignified fierceness. Like, I'm seeing an unshakable spirit. I'm seeing an unbreakable, yeah, it's like your spirit is unbreakable here, especially with this torch. I am going to read from the book because I want to see what it has to say. But with Harvest Witch, what sacrifices have you made? It's like you're not going to let all your hard work go to waste, because that would be, the real failure here would be not trying. The real failure to you would be not allowing yourself to have a chance at whatever it is that you want. With balance though, and I love this card, it lets me know that you're doing this in a rather healthy way, and I'm very proud of you, pile 2, because I feel like maybe a past version of yourself would be super doubtful or would try to, I don't know, like maybe you would want to give up or something, but I feel like you're handling whatever the situation is here very powerfully. Like, not just well, you're handling it powerfully. With release and transformation, it's kind of like you allow yourself to go through the ups and downs of whatever your situation is. And in doing so, you're allowing yourself to grow, to learn. After all, we learn through our mistakes. You know, smooth waters don't make great sailors, or whatever the saying is. You know, you learn the best when you are being given a lot of, I don't want to say setbacks, but when you're being given a lot of struggles, because then you learn to overcome those struggles. You learn how to handle all the negative things, and then you become a master, really. You're not just going to learn by having everything handed to you. You learn by overcoming certain obstacles, and I love this for you. All right, from the book, we have Canas, the fire that guides and transforms, transformation, creation, destruction, dark passage. So for some of you, you could be destroying in order to begin anew. I am getting a little bit of that phoenix energy, which again, Scorpio energy here. After all, it is also the sign of rebirth. And of course, this is the month of Scorpio. With integrity, though, I am getting that you're being this is like a maturation process for a lot of you. So even if you are repeating a quote cycle, or if something happens to you again that has happened before, you're handling it differently. And I think that's all that matters this month. And most of all, I feel like you are going to see the rewards, the benefits, the results of your actions here. So I feel like there's going to be a month that, yeah, you may have to do a little bit more, or maybe you're looking forward to doing more, but you're going to be full of understanding just how far you've come. I love this for you, pile 2. Back of the deck, we have Ghost Whisperer, number 18. Be still in the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. So, you know, it's interesting. Both of these ladies have like a similar little head, what is this, like a head wreath, a little circlet, I don't know what it's called. But you're transforming, you're changing. And I feel like people are noticing that about you. Again, strong maturation process here. The numbers 34, 21, 41 could be important here. And 18 as well. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into your tarot. Because I want to see more specifically what obstacles you may be overcoming, or how something may go along. For those of you who have a particular like competition or new endeavor, or maybe you're looking for a promotion or something, I am seeing that it's a great month to put energy and effort into that. So it's a great month for advancing yourself. And even better if you have competition. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, the competition I spoke about earlier is probably yourself. Like you may not really care about what everybody else is doing. All right, so we have King of Cups, 5 of Coins. Somebody wasn't here for you. Somebody who was meant to help you out. Somebody who was meant to, if it wasn't a person, this could have been like something that was supposed to be good and for you wasn't there to help you out. And it's like I'm getting a sense of rejection, but rather than seeing it as rejection, it's you understanding that somebody doesn't have the ability to help you out here. So you move on, or you move forward with something else, because I'm getting the sense that this 5 of Pentacles, the lack card, isn't something you're going to be staying in for long. So something or someone doesn't show up the way they're meant to, and it gets you in a feeling. We have the 8 of Cups. But all that really does is help you understand that, well, one, you're actually feeling something. It's like you thought you didn't feel a particular way about something, but because somebody did you wrong, or because somebody wasn't there for you, you kind of show up for yourself. We have the 2 of Cups. Dang, we're really talking a lot about like people, social circles, and like relationships this month in general. I guess that makes sense. We are in Libra. We start off the month with Libra. 3 of Cups. You find your people. Oddly enough. And the 2 of Wands. What I'm getting is that, like, I get a sense of rejection. Someone or something rejects you, but rather than take that personally, rather than take that and let it, like, knock you down, you understand that, well, I guess that's not made for me, or wow, I guess they don't know what they're missing out, and you regain your value. Like you were putting your worth, or maybe even your effort, too much in the hands of somebody else, and you regain your power. And in doing so, you find the people, you find the right environment for you. For some of you, you could have come from pile 1 because there was a talk about the environment around you in that pile. But in this one, it's like the other side of that, or a solution to that. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you accept your worth, and it's like rejecting somebody's rejection. Does that make sense? You reject somebody's rejection, and that is a way that you show yourself your own worth, and the universe responds by bringing you in people that are going to see the best of you, who are going to be amazing for you. It's like you didn't get the King of Cups, but you got all these other cups. It's almost like seeing other options. And the Two of Wands does let me know that these new people, or maybe these are opportunities as well, these new opportunities can really help advance your growth. So let's go ahead and get, oh wait, I don't know, I wanted to get more cards from this. Let's move on to relationships and friendships. Back of the deck, we have the Magician. I'm not taking that reversed because I am getting the sense that maybe somebody here or someone was trying to disempower you, especially with the Queen of Swords here and the Ace of Wands. For some of you, this could be an ex, or this could be somebody who doesn't have the best intentions for you, but you're aware of that. You're aware that they're not great for you. So you kind of reject if they're trying to bait you or to rile you up, you don't accept the bait. You don't let them get under your skin. And I think that's wonderful, Pile, too. It's like somebody thought they could get away with teasing you or treating you a certain way, and now it's like, nope, actually, no, sorry. I value myself more than to react to you. Because sometimes that's all people want. People who like to bully, to provoke, all they really want is attention. So it's better to just not engage. Or if you must engage, do so through a third party, you know, whatever the authorities who are available may be. If it's a situation like that, of course. So in love and relationships, we have the King of Cups and Strength. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a scenario here. Take this only if it resonates. For some of you, if you have somebody new in your life, somebody from the past could be trying to make you feel bad about that, or trying to make you feel a certain way. They could be trying to come back. It's like, because I'm getting a little bit of like, you know, the ex finds out that you're dating someone new and they try to make a big stink about it. Take that only if it resonates. If not, this could again be something that rejected you, trying to make you feel a certain way because you found something new. We have the Nine of Swords. And I do see like the doubt creep into you a little bit. The Emperor reversed. The Three of Swords. Because I feel somebody here, they're trying to make you feel bad, but the advice that Spirit is giving you here is to not let this person have any control over your heart, your head, your mind, your feelings, because that's all they want. They have no intention of treating you well, or even being the thing that you want them to be, the thing that they should be to you. And all they really want is to kind of play with your feelings, because I'm seeing like a little puppet master. I'm seeing a little string being pulled. Could be time to cut the cords here as well, Pile, too. Oh. And we have, yeah, the Six of Swords. I see you finally leaving this chapter behind, because all it took for this person to like even have anything to do with you was to have somebody else in your life. And that shows you the kind of person they are. It's their ego. Like all they really care about is whatever their little ego mind wanted you to feel. Because I feel no love from them, but I do feel like they know they have some sort of emotional pull to you. In the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, you've done so much work to overcome the negativity of people from your past. Why would you let them rile you up now that you're coming into a better energy and into better people? I feel like for a lot of you, you're finding new people, you're finding new love, you're finding things that are positive for you, and somebody here is mad about it. Don't give them the satisfaction of feeling negatively. Don't let them drag you back to their own BS because they don't want to see you happy. That's their problem, not yours. All right. So for career and finance, for my pile 2. Yeah, whoever this person is, their energy is really heavy. So definitely Decord, definitely, there's a lot of amazing videos that have like Reiki or binaural beats for free on YouTube that you can listen to or watch. So in the workplace, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles, ooh, Queen of Swords reversed. We have Death reversed. I'm getting a similar theme in the workplace, but for different reasons. And Five of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. Okay, there's some pettiness coming through in the workplace. I don't know if this is you. It's definitely related to you, and this is why it's here. But there's something here about things progressing quickly, but too quickly for somebody who's really shady in the workplace. Does that make sense? Somebody here can't keep up with something in the workplace, and they were hoping that things would get delayed, because if things progress quickly, they're going to get found out, or they're going to get, it's like, okay, so things are advancing in the workplace. This person doesn't want them to. And I feel like they've actually been holding back something from progressing forward. This person is very obvious, by the way, because they stand out. They stand out. They don't really, I don't feel like this is you, but this could be somebody who like is a boss of yours, or somebody who like is over you in some way. But their shadiness is coming to the forefront this month because they can't hide it anymore. Because the Five of Pentacles, it's been costing the company money, or it's been costing you money, or it's even just been costing people time. Whatever this is, it's draining on several levels, energetically, time-wise, and money. And time is money in business here. And the Six of Wands, you're going to see a rather public failure. Maybe I shouldn't call it that, but a lot of people were expecting it. With the Tower reverse, the Tower is unexpected, but not really. It's like, yeah, it's an inevitable downfall. But a lot of people are seeing that here. I'm not sure who this is. Maybe you know who it is, but don't be surprised if somebody unexpectedly leaves that you thought would be there longer. I'm getting rather feminine energy here, but it doesn't have to be a feminine person. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could just be somebody with very strong feminine traits, both positive and negative. And what I see is this Queen of Pentacles energy here. Queen of Pentacles is long lasting. Queen of Swords isn't. And I'm not trying to, the Queen of Swords reversed here means shady business though. So somebody here has been shady, and you're going to see it in the workplace. It's been affecting you, but you're kind of just watching this. And you'll see things will just be different when they're no longer there. It's the energy they brought. It's the, maybe they're just not competent. Maybe they're just not even made for the workplace here, or like their skills are not up there. Again, this is somebody already established in like in a higher up role that I feel like they can't really fill those shoes, or they're really being shady about it. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to be mean. I feel like somebody here is just out of place, because I keep getting that. Finance wise, same thing. You could have like either a company that owes you something, like somebody may owe you money and they're hoping that it doesn't get to that point, but you're noticing that they haven't been paying something, or that you haven't been paid something. So I feel like that's going to come to the forefront this month for sure. Regardless, you're seeing the downfall of something who hasn't been keeping up with what they said they were, with what they should be. And I think that's going to be refreshing. For a lot of you, I think that's going to be refreshing, because it's a little bit of karma at work, quite literally. So with that said, let's get your final cards here, pile 2. Definitely an interesting month. Definitely a lot of people wanting to like push your buttons, rile you up, poke your beautiful aura here. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. All right, so closing advice for pile 2. Fall in love with your own story, number 54. Yeah, you're falling in love with the person that you're becoming. You're falling in love with everything that it took to get you here as well. Stop, drop, and ground, number 31. So especially around the 31st, you may need to be more grounded. That's Halloween this month. So that is when the veil lifts a little bit. And I have noticed that people do tend to act a little bit more silly around that time. I think it's just the spirit of the holiday. But for a lot of you, I do feel like you need to find your grounded center, especially if you get a particular way during that time of the month. Or sorry, this time of the year. I know I used to when I was younger, but I didn't realize at the time that I was very psychically attuned and energetically attuned. So as I've gotten older, it's become more fun. And creator alchemy, number 60. Don't be afraid to manifest. This is definitely an amazing month for manifesting, because you understand your power now. You understand that you're capable of anything. And yeah, it's going to be a lovely month. Definitely full of a lot of action. Definitely full of a lot of stuff going on. But regardless, it's going to show you just how powerful you are. But with that said, pile 2, thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the Black Moonstone, then we have a reading here for you for the month of October. We're going to see what the month of October has in store for you. We're going to start with the oracles and then we're going to get into the tarot to see your general love relationship and your career and finance. So let's start with the cards you chose. You have the Four of Cups and you have the King of Wands. Okay, so somebody here is in their feelings. The King of Wands could be anybody that is in control, anybody in like a higher up position. It doesn't have to be masculine, but it is coming very strongly off as masculine energy. And by masculine, I mean, it doesn't have to be a man, but there is like a strong masculine energy here. Somebody who is definitely notices everything. They definitely have their eye on you. It may or may not be romantic. This could be, for example, a boss who has an interest in where you're going with the company. It could be, for some of you, it could be family, like a father figure or a paternal figure who is interested in like what you're doing with your life. And of course, it could also be romantically, it could be somebody who is just attracted to you, who is interested in there. But you've got them in their feelings. You've got them feeling some type of way. This could also be you feeling this way about them. Vice versa, and maybe it's reciprocated in some cases. Take that as it resonates. Definitely strong masculine energy coming through. And if you identify as masculine, this is you stepping into your power for sure. So let's get your oracles. We have the Scarecrow, number 34. Remember that you are not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided. We have throw stuff at wall, see what sticks. If nothing sticks, hang out in the pile. Oh, I love that. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's taking a chance. It's more like seeing what sticks around and what doesn't. It's like, what are you surrounding yourself with? Especially when it comes to either the options or the opportunities that are in front of you, before you, or being presented to you in this very month, pile 3. And we have number 43, which is a mirroring number, 34 and 43. That is so interesting. We have Izanami, potential. Wasn't I just talking about the potential of like a boss seeing your potential, maybe romantic potential here as well? We have Pertho, which is future, but also taking a gamble. We have Journey, Labyrinth, number 45, 43, 45. Maybe some of you are of these ages. And then we have Cleanse. Okay, so already I can tell that there's going to be some sort of new endeavor, or at least a new perspective entertaining you this particular month. It could be a person, like I said, it's like you may have a back and forth with somebody. You may have, maybe you're meeting this person, maybe you're getting to know them, and it's gonna be influential on your future steps, on the next steps you take. Because I do see a lot of looking towards the future. Scarecrow also makes me think that, along with this card, throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. It's like you're putting your... This is an example. This is just what I'm seeing, and I don't know how to describe it. And I'm not calling you scary or ugly here, pile 3, but it's like you're putting your ugliest, your scariest face forward, and you're seeing what's going to stick around. It's like, what do you not intimidate? What is not intimidated by you? What, after they see the deepest, darkest, ugliest part of you, still stays? I'm kind of seeing that. And you can take that especially in terms of like friendship or in terms of romance. It's like, you know, when you're at your worst, who is there for you? I feel like, I'm not saying that you're going to be at your worst this month, so that could be a possibility. It's more like you're taking into account who is there for you when you need them and who isn't. Who's been there for you since day one, who has been able to see you at your worst and also at your best, and has been able to see you through it a lot. I feel like you're questioning certain things about loyalty maybe, or even just seeing who is willing to go the distance with you. Especially, like I said, there's a lot of opportunities here. There's a lot of potential future stakes, and the journey itself. It's like you're looking back at how you got to where you are now and how you will get from this point to the next. With Cleanse, I am kind of getting that you will be renewing yourself in some sort of way. It's like you're literally throwing things out that you do not need, and you're keeping the things that you do. It's very spark joy, kind of like what is necessary for your journey forward and what isn't. And another thing I'm getting, especially with Jafar here in this King of Wands card, this is the Disney Villains deck. It makes me think of Diamond in the Rough, like how in the movie he's looking to see who's going to be able to help him get the lamp in the beginning of the movie. You know, it's like he's looking for his person who's able to retrieve the thing he wants. I'm seeing something very similar for you. So you're being selective, and not just selective, you're seeing like what can you take with you into the journey forward and what must you leave behind. Because I feel like you may or may not leave something behind, but you know you're ready for a new shift in perspective. You're ready for a newness here with the Four of Cups. So very interesting energy. The number 4 is definitely important because it's in all of these numbers: 4, 34, 43, and 45. So take that as it resonates. You might want to check out pile 4 as well, or the 4th of October could be important. But yeah, loving this energy. Very, very cryptic for sure, because this labyrinth makes me think of a puzzle. Maybe there might be some investigating that you're doing. You could be doing some research or even just uncovering certain things here for yourself, pile 3, because it's giving a little bit of a little sleuthy, a little detective work, if you will. So let's go ahead and move on to your tarot to see what the month of October has in store for you. And I do apologize for my fingernails. They are a mess, but I have been too busy to tend to my nails. So pile 3, we have Justice, Libra energy. So Libra season especially might be important for you this particular month, which we begin the month with Libra up until about like what, the 21st. We have the 4 of Wands reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's like you're not counting your chickens before they hatch. You're taking everything into account. You may feel like maybe people have been telling you that it's time to rejoice, time to celebrate, time to party, but you're like, wait, not, just hold on a minute. I need to check something out. So it's like you don't fully believe when you come into something, and I think that's healthy, pile 3. It's kind of like you're not ready to go all in because you want to make sure that everything's okay, that everything is set. Especially with Justice here, I feel like in the past you may have celebrated a little too early, only to find out that you didn't really get what you thought you were going to get. We have the Hierophant. Yeah, that's a karmic lesson learned. And you're not wanting to repeat any more karmic lessons for sure. I'm picking up on that here, pile 3. So if this is an opportunity that comes around again, and it's like you sign the papers and they tell you have it, but in your mind you're like, yeah, I'm not going to celebrate that until I'm living that. I get the feeling that I'm hearing fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So it's like you're not going to be taken for a fool this time. You want to make sure that everything is actually set here. And this could be in any aspect of your life. Queen of Pentacles, but you do end up getting the thing that you want. The Ace of Coins is reversed because you're hesitant. The Hierophant is reversed because, again, you want to make sure that this is not a karmic lesson. You want to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. This is like reading the fine print before you sign the dotted line. And even after you sign the dotted line, you want to make sure that you go back and like review everything with like a second source, or with, I don't know, you're just being overly cautious, but for good reason, because you've been down this path before and you don't want to make yourself a fool again here. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, because the last thing you're going to do is leave this very thing or whatever it is that you're doing. The last thing you're going to do is leave with less. So I can see why you're hesitant. It comes from experience, but you do end up getting the very thing that you want. You do end up getting the thing that you are promised. So this is like when you sign up for a job, for example, and maybe in a previous job you signed up, but then you found out that, oh, raises are only 5 cents every 6 months. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's actually a thing that happens in some parts of the world, including so-called first world places. Or this could be like, yeah, like in your old job you got paid less, and then in your new job you're making sure it's like, wait. So what exactly are my benefits? What exactly am I getting? You're making sure that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's. So let's move on to relationships and friendships here. For a lot of you, if there are some legal things involved, again, reread everything and make sure you're getting what you need and what you want. Look through all the loopholes, look through all the crazy things, because I feel like you don't want to have to do this again. Okay, love and relationships. We got the Hanged Man reversed. We have the moon. Someone's acting all aloof and mysterious. They're coming back around. We have the, is this a 7? The 8 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so in terms of romance, there's like a cheeky energy here. 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, 8 of Cups. So I feel like there's someone, this is like definitely flirtatious energy, definitely like mysterious energy. You're not committing to anything and neither is the person involved. If you already have someone that you're talking to, they're not going to commit. Don't expect them to do so. If you don't have somebody, there could be someone coming back around. I do feel like this is a past person or somebody who just likes to kind of remain in your energy because they like whatever they get out of you. Regardless, I am getting that you're going to be in your best energy when you accept that you are single until that there's a ring on that finger. You're single until someone commits to you publicly, completely. And like, I feel like there's something here about until somebody really secures something here, you don't have to say that you're taken because you're not. If all you have is like a little weekend friend, again, you're not taken. You're not. And I feel like that's fair because somebody here is wanting to act aloof, but the 8 of Pentacles reverse, it's like nothing's locked down. Nothing is secure. So if you want to go out and do something else without their approval, without having to tell them, you're allowed to, because somebody here is kind of joking around with you too much. The 8 of Cups is emotional detachment. And until they give you that emotional fulfillment, you don't have to give them anything. And we have the 9 of Swords reversed. So you're not worrying about somebody who's not ready to commit to you. King of Cups, yeah, emotional unavailability, 2 of Swords. Someone might ghost you. If they do, it's a blessing because that means you can just go on and do whatever you want. But I do feel like somebody here is kind of wanting to toy with you. And I do see this from time to time. People who like, they don't want anything to do with you, but they sure want to still make their claim on you, even if they don't want you, which is really selfish of them. So just watch out for that, pile 3. If you're already in a relationship, of course, this doesn't apply to you. This could also be like a friend or anyone who's just like wanting something from you. I feel like all they want is your energy or your attention and nothing more. Because unless they lock it down, there's nothing here between the both of you. Except whatever, stolen moments you may have. So let's move on to career and finance. Career and finance. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. We have the Magician reversed. The Magician reversed. Tower reversed. Page of Wands. Be careful with new people. Be careful with new people or people in new roles. And 6 of Swords. Back of the deck. Queen of Cups. Okay. Several things. And I had a similar message in a previous pile. So I don't know if this month is just really exposing the people who don't know what they're doing. But either somebody here doesn't know what they're doing, or if they do know what they're doing the wrong thing. And I think it's been some time before people really recognized that things were going to go to ish, essentially. It's like this tower moment was expected. They just didn't know when, how, or why. But it's like, when someone sucks at their job and you just know that at some point they're going to mess up, something's going to happen. Like, it's just obvious to everybody that this person's not going to be able to keep it. That's what I'm seeing. Make sure it's not you. I do see this as somebody new though, because the Page of Wands, they do not have to be a fire sign, but to definitely carry themselves very proudly. This person is really great at masking the fact that they don't know what they're doing, because that's one of the fire element sign things. It's like they're great at putting on the show must go on and so forth, but deep down they don't know what they're doing, or they may pretend that they do but they don't, or they may talk like they do but they don't. And I feel like this is definitely happening. I just feel like with the 7 of Pentacles reversed, you may have to pick up their work like after the fact. So you may have to I don't like this, but you may have to do something because they messed up, or you may have to step into a position that is suddenly open because they're no longer in it, but you have to clean up their mess. Because I don't know how quickly or suddenly this person is asked to leave or how quickly they get out of it. Because the Six of Swords lets me know somebody here is leaving. Somebody here is leaving and you're left to pick up the pieces of this person's they didn't do stuff well. Let's just put it that way. So I feel like this is unfortunate, but the thing is you don't find out until they leave just exactly how much they messed up. And that's what sucks. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, luckily, I feel like if you are given this position, people will have a lot of sympathy and patience for you. Even if you don't, I feel like this is one of those cases where like people come together and do stuff for each other because they don't realize like the mess that they're in just isn't fair. And it's not fair for anybody. This is definitely like people's goodwill coming together to band and take care of this. Does that make sense? So it's not for the money. At this point, it's like for the sake of helping people helping each other out. Because whatever happened here definitely wasn't fair. The Magician and the Tower reversed, this is going to be public AF. Like, people are going to notice this. They're going to know this. It's going to be hard to ignore. Especially if you work in a company where you have clients. Even clients will notice. It's like, well, I can tell that so-and-so isn't here because this, and this is happening. I'm getting a little bit of that. So, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice, pile 3. I almost said pile 4. Maybe some of you are being called to pile 4, which I haven't done yet, but that'll be interesting. So pile 3. Befriend the word polarize, number 25. You're going to be in a weird space this month where you're going to be polarizing people. And I think you're okay with that. Or you could even polarize yourself here, if that makes sense. Like, you could be at odds with the things that you have to do or that you need to do, but you're okay with that. Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. Where you find happiness and joy, you find prosperity. And I feel like prosperity itself is a byproduct of joy and happiness. Celebrate your wins. Lots of red energy, lots of very earthy, grounded energy here for sure. Also a lot of fiery energy. Maybe you're my fire signs. But overall, I feel like you're going to be having a really great month. It's just a matter of like keeping busy and making sure that you have time for yourself and valuing yourself. I feel like this busy energy, ironically, might be attracting people, past, present, future, who are seeing something within you. And mostly it's your joy, honestly. And oddly enough, I feel like you're not really going to care for what you're attracting or not because you're focused on you. And that itself is very attractive. But with that said, pile 3, thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the orange calcite heart, then we have a reading here for you for the month of October. We're going to see what the month of October has in store for you. We're going to look at the oracles, and we're going to go into the tarot to see specifically your general love relationship and your career and finance. So we're going to start with the card you chose. We have the Emperor. So strong masculine energy. This may be you. This may be somebody else. Overall, I feel like you're going to be stepping into masculine energy this October. Specifically, look to, in your astrological chart, look to where your Mars is. It could be positively aspected this month or strongly aspected, if not positively. But overall, Emperor is a card of action, somebody who is in control, somebody who decides what is what to do. It's definitely a very powerful energy coming through here, especially with this tiger. Maybe some of you are Year of the Tiger as well. So let's look at the cards that have been pre-selected for you, your oracles. We have, this is Ingwa. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right. But it is a rune of fertility, among other things. It's a rune of embracing. So for those of you in a relationship, I feel like this will be a great month for that. For those of you who aren't, it could be a great month for meeting somebody. It is Ingus, that's how it's pronounced. But overall, I do see a lot of you. You could be meeting like a very masculine person that you get along with really well this month. Or again, this could be you. Another way of seeing this could be like you're healing the masculine aspects of yourself and combining them beautifully with the feminine. We have shapeshifting, 35. Transformation is not the loss of what once was. It is the evolution of a more powerful self. So definitely a lot of self-reflecting, self-improvement. Shapeshifting does let me know that you are going to be going through some sort of change this month, willingly or unwillingly. I feel like it's kind of like adapting to a situation, and I almost said rather lovingly adapting to a situation, but also rather beautifully. It's like a seamless change that you know is necessary, and you do so without breaking apart. You know how sometimes when you have to go through a change, like there's a resistance and there's like a whole there's an internal thing going on, internal conflict. Here, it's like there's no conflict. You understand what role you must play and you slide into it very nicely. So we also have how do you pronounce this? The K-Leech, rest. You could be resting a lot this month as well. Rest could be part of your change as well. I like to think I love the metaphor of the way you build muscle isn't through all the hard work. I mean, yes, the hard work is part of it, but that muscle won't build until you do the hard work and then you rest. So it's like you do a lot, but rest is also part of the process. Being able to slow down is also part of the process. It's not all go, go, go. It's also take a moment to breathe. Same thing in yoga. You think it's all the stretching. If you're not breathing while you're stretching, if you're not taking a moment to do savasana at the end, it won't be as impactful. Does that make sense? It's like rest is also part of the process. So don't ever feel bad for taking those extra hours of sleep, taking that afternoon nap, taking that extra time to just sit and do nothing. Decompressing is also part of the process. We have wings, elevation, number 46. We have love. Oh, I like this. Because it's not just, love of the self, it's love of others as well. For some of you, there really could be some sort of like romantic vibes going on this October. Because these two cards do make me think of two people coming together. And then we have, if know you out there, get out there. If know you out there, get out there. I love this little image of like these people over here being all weird and dancing or running around, whatever they're doing. And it's like this one little green person is the one who's waiting. It's like they're waiting for them. So for a lot of you, first of all, it's going to be a great month. It's going to be a very fun month for you, Pile 4. And 2, I feel like you're stepping into a role that is meant for you. Whatever this is, you are stepping into a role that you are ready for, that is meant for you. Maybe somebody's coming in to fill a role as well, but for a lot of you, this is you taking, because I'm hearing accountability with the Emperor for something that you know you're meant to do, and it's going to feel great. Because usually, not always, I think of the Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, and it's part of the Hero's Journey is accepting a call that they didn't want. It's like there's a journey out there for them, and usually they don't want it. There's usually a reluctance. It's that struggle that we're meant to take in narratives of all kind. But here, it's kind of like, you know what the story is, and rather than resist it, you're going to go along with it, even embrace it fully, because you know that's what's going to make life a little bit easier here, Pile 4. This pile is very connected to spirit and divine source, I swear, because I think a lot of you know this. I think in the past, think of a small child whining about having to put on clothes and go to school. Kids don't understand that that in this human life, we're meant to do these things. But here it's like you get up and you already know you're meant to get dressed. So you're going to put on your best outfit. You're going to go to school, work, wherever you're meant to go. And you're going to go with a great attitude. So positive vibes all around. With that said, let's get into your tarot, because I'm actually excited to see what is in store for you and how all of these play out. Because you're really stepping into a much more positive energy. It's almost like you're leveling up, or you have leveled up, so you're excited to see what this new level of your life is going to bring to you. Like, how differently will you go through this? Even if you are repeating a cycle, it's like you're aware, but you want to see how differently things are going to go. So, for my pile 4, the month of October. Some of you could be seeing somebody again. This could be a friend. This could be maybe somebody you only see this time of year. Because I keep seeing cycles. Like the cycles are repeating, but you're excited for the cycle. Because you've learned some new things here. We've got the Magician reversed. Like I said, it's like you're stepping into a new era of yourself. The Magician reverse lets me know it's like having new tricks up your sleeve. And I think the only downside is you don't know how this is going to impact how this is going to change the way you go through things. But one thing is for sure, things are not going to be the same. Again, if you're repeating a cycle, you've leveled up, you know new things, you're different now, and things are not going to go the same way. So the negative of this is that you don't know how things are going to go. The positive is, well, it's brand new. You have the Devil. Especially when it comes to, for example, bad habits, you're wondering how you can resist them. We have the Tower. The Tower reversed has come out in every pile for this reading. So all of October, the main theme is Tower reversed. That's for sure. And what this means, at least the way I'm taking it, is things are obviously going to happen. Like you knew they were going to happen, but it's still going to shake everything up. It's still unexpected in a way, but not, it's expected, but unexpected. Does that make sense? It's like you saw it coming, but at the same time, it still hits. Like, you still feel the rumble, the shakes. It's like, that a thunderstorm is coming, but every time that thunder hits, you still feel it, So I'm getting a little bit of that for you here, pile 4. And that's like an overall theme for my October readings. You have the High Priestess reversed. And the Hermit. Okay, one thing for sure, there's somebody or like an energy out here that makes you want to second guess yourself. Because notice how the Magician, the High Priestess, the Tower, and the Hermit are all reversed and the Devil's the only one that's upright. It's kind of like a lot of you are only counting on the negative things to come through that you forget you have power over these particular negative things. You still have power over how you react, how you control yourself, how you decide to feel in the moment. You have control over yourself, and don't let anything or anyone make you believe that they can make you feel a certain way. If they do, you can always take a breather. You can always walk away. You can always decide to do better. And I feel like this is what this month is doing, is testing you in this particular way. Because like I said, there's like a cycle repeating itself, but you are different this time around. You know the things that are going to play out. You know how things are going to go. So you can decide to do something different here. And I feel like it is a big test. But again, one that you understand you must take, one that you understand you must go through with. Because the Hermit reverse, it's not going to allow you to just sit there idly and stand by as things happen again. Because again, you've leveled up. And the thing about leveling up is you're a new person. The High Priestess reversed. This is your intuition. What has your intuition been telling you over and over that you've just decided to either push back, ignore, or decide that you would tend to in a different time? I think it's time. This particular month, you're going to definitely witness this. And I think this serves more as a warning because, like, again, pile 4, you understand and you know that you're different. And I'm getting a lot of resistance because literally I'm tapping into this energy and it wants to do like a push and pull. And I've never really had this energy do this before. But I feel like it's time to understand why there's a resistance there to begin with and why it decides to mess with you. This resistance isn't you. This resistance is something else, or something that people have been teaching you, or that people have been trying to convince you of. I feel like quite literally, you could see this as like fighting the forces of evil, quote, quote. But it's more like you're fighting that within yourself that is willing to accept a lot of the negativity that people are wanting to thrust upon you. Back of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. Look at this. Like I said, two things coming together. And maybe for some of you, this could be finding the one person who can help you through this. Or this could be finding those two aspects within yourself that need to come together in order to fight this. And then Strength reversed. But I can already see that a lot of you there's a lot of pessimism here. I'm not going to lie. I am getting a sense of pessimism that you can't handle whatever the month has to throw at you. But I promise you, you do. I promise you. I mean, look at all these major arcana. In fact, they're all major arcana. That's kind of crazy. There's going to be a big test this month. You're going to You're going to win. I keep hearing superar, which means to overcome, to make better, to do more. Superar in Spanish, by the way. I keep hearing that. So a lot of you, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. And the only thing you have to fight is that within yourself that makes you believe that you're not going to do great. And this could be for anything, by the way. I may be talking a little bit dramatically here because, again, there's a sense that this is a bigger deal than you believe. Or maybe it is a big deal, but regardless. Yeah, let's move on to the next section, which is the love and relationship. Oh, I couldn't even sit for this entire section. I'm excited to see what you're up against this particular month. Because it does feel like a push and pull, but like I said, pile 4, you're a different person now. So, in love and relationships, romantic or platonic. Three of Pentacles reversed. 3 of Swords. People have been talking behind your back. I hear that very strongly. So I feel like I have to say it. People have been talking behind your back. And I don't think it's like your closest friends either. This feels more like either coworkers or neighbors, people who aren't in your immediate circle. The 3 of Pentacles can sometimes be seen as the 3 of Cups. However, they're not as close. Or it could even be just people that you see day to day. Like people that, again, they're not in your inner circle. They're not going to be like your ride or dies. These are just going to be people around you. And I feel like people have been talking about you in a not so positive way, unfortunately. And again, maybe this is part of this cycle that is repeating. We have the 4 of Swords, but you don't care. I'm hearing that you don't really care. You're doing you. And it's like, even if you hear them talking, you're just like, yeah, so what? They're just doing them. But the thing is, it's going to be revealed to you almost in a serendipitous way, almost in a way that you weren't expected. It's like you could literally be walking in on somebody talking trash about you and they're like, oh crap, like they weren't expecting you to be there. Or they're talking about you and they don't notice that you're literally right behind them. Now, I'm getting a little bit of that. I don't know if this has happened to anybody before. I've been on both sides of this where people are just talking and either they walk in or you mention something about somebody and then they're right behind you or something like that. So, well, one, if you're the one talking about people, be careful. I really hope it's not, but just in case you are saying something about someone, be careful because you never know who's listening. And 2, if people are talking about you, it's going to be shown. I feel like you're not going to be able to hide it. It's going to be a little bit too obvious because somebody here, I just see them. And maybe it doesn't have to be negative. For some of you, it could be something positive, but something you weren't expecting. But for a lot of you with the 3 of Swords, I do feel it's going to be something that you're going to be a little bit heartbroken to find out that they were thinking. The Empress. Interesting. Can I get clarification on the Empress? Ace of Cups. A different story, because I feel like this is entirely... There's 2 stories coming through here. You will catch the eye of somebody new. Like you're going to feel absolutely gorgeous. The Empress is somebody pursuing you. This is somebody new. I do feel like there's someone new coming in who may be interested in you. It could be a flirtation. You could meet them online. I don't know where you're going to meet them exactly, but there is somebody new coming in this month. And I feel like that's the main reason why you don't care what people are saying about you. And if this is being impacted this way, people could be talking negatively about you because somebody has an interest in you or you've caught the eye of someone, or maybe a lot of you are going through a glow up. The Ace of Cups can sometimes indicate a glow up. It's like a new acceptance of a very beautiful part of yourself. I don't see that as being the main focus, but I do feel like you will be getting confirmation of that this month. For some of you, this is random. Well, I guess not random. This is more for a small percentage. You could end up overhearing somebody talking negatively about you or gossiping about you. But ironically, that gossip makes you feel good about yourself. Like they were trying to knock you down, but you're over here like, oh, that's what they think of me? It's like the only reason they're talking crap is because you're glowing, you're vibrant, you're looking beautiful, you're getting romantic attention, and they're jealous. So that could be another way of seeing this. A little petty in the relationship section, but I feel like you might just have to deal with this, so don't let it get down. Don't let it get you down. We have the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Don't spend money on people. Don't spend money on people. Lots of messages wanted to come through in the love and relationship section that kind of didn't really have anything to do with each other, but maybe they do. Don't spend money on people. Let them spend money on you. Okay, so in the career and finance section for my pile 4, okay, another thing I'm hearing before I move on in the love and relationship section, somebody thought something was over here, but then they find out something and it actually opens the door to a new connection, a new friendship, a new relationship. Somebody here thought it was over, but it's not, because there were either mutual or unknown feelings kept from each other. And that allows the both of you to like open up a new chapter of this, because the Ace of Cups can be a new chapter in love. Take that as it resonates. It could be all of the above. So pile 4. You have 8 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. 3 of Swords. Yeah, don't spend money on anything you don't need to this month, pile 4. And I know it's going to be a little bit difficult, because for those of you who like to go all out on Halloween, save your finances. Do a budget. Do some... a little budget costume. If you don't need to spend the money, don't do it. I'm hearing a little bit of that for you, because the 8 of Pentacles, it's like reverse, is kind of like dipping into your savings. I don't think you want to do that. The Hierophant is a lesson. 3 of Swords reversed. You want to avoid this. We have the Queen of Wands. A lot of you are going to be tempted to do so though, because you want to look good. It's like, why am I getting this? Because this is very specific, so if it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to take this. For example, let's say you want to spend a lot of money on a good Halloween costume because you want to look good, you're going to be in pictures, you're going to a new party. This is saying don't fall for it. I feel like your own vanity may be your downfall when it comes to your finances this month. So if it's not a costume, it could be certain procedures, it could be something that, you know, makes you look good. I feel like you don't need it this month, or you might have to wait, or at least wait for like a really, really good deal. Or wait for it to be in your budget. For whatever reason, I'm getting more finance stuff here than career. That's why I call it both. So make sure your own vanity isn't costing you. 9 of Swords. And 10 of Cups. And back of the deck is the the King of Pentacles. It's interesting. Okay, so I'm hearing don't spend. Just don't spend this month, because your finances are going to require you to be on it. The Hierophant is also Taurus energy. Tauruses care a lot about their money. They're also really great budgeters. They're great at creating money, spending money, finding luxury in the small, everyday, inexpensive things as well. So I'm hearing to take that advice here. Think like a Taurus. Be a little stingy. Be a little stingy this month, because the Queen of Wands reverse, this is like when you feel ugly, so you want to buy a new dress. Or when you feel like, oh, I'm seeing a few too many wrinkles, so you want to buy a new beauty cream, or, you know, book an appointment for a facial that maybe you don't actually need. So don't be a victim of your own vanity. Or the need to impress others. This could also be like, again, you want to impress others, so you want to spend that money. I don't know why that's coming through very strongly. I feel like that could end up costing you if you don't watch out with the 9 of Swords here. But the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, I keep saying Knight. This is the King of Pentacles. The ruler is the King. Somebody that you thought is a Knight might actually be a King here. So somebody that you thought wasn't up there might actually be up there, especially when it comes to finances. So you might find somebody who can help you out with your finances. You might find someone who is going to help you maybe pay for something, or teach you how to deal with your finances, especially with the 10 of Cups here. It could be maybe this new person from the relationship section, or it could be somebody who is just willing to help you out. I'm hearing a loan for some of you. You could end up getting a loan of some kind. But just do be careful. with your finances this month, and that's what I'm hearing. I'm not really getting much for career, though if I was to translate this into career, be careful of the vanity. I keep hearing that. Like somebody who really wants to show off, or somebody who wants to look good in front of others may use you, so be careful that you dodge them, or that you don't play a role in whatever they've got going on, because they're coming up as a little shady. And you'll get out of it just fine, but just be careful, because I don't think you want that person ruining your vibe, ruining your moment, ruining whatever they could, because there's a negative energy here with this person. So that's what I'm getting for you, pile 4. Let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice. A very interesting and I don't want to say chaotic month, but there's a lot happening this month for you for sure. So pile 4, your closing advice. We have bliss is worth creating from. Bliss is worth creating from, number 26. I do see you stepping into creative energy this month. Don't be afraid to be inspired. Rise, number 57. It's interesting because we also had the card elevate elevation in the oracles. And this makes me think maybe quite literally some of you could be flying, but it's also like getting your wings. You could be ascending, you could be leveling up for sure. The numbers here are 46 and 57. So these could be either ages that are important or numbers that are important here for you, pile. For, what was I going to say? I was trying to do math, and I think that's 11. Like it's a difference of 11. So maybe 11 months, 11 weeks, 11 days could be important as well. The 26th of the month could be important. I didn't get the dates in the oracles. I know I should have. Also, you got the Emperor in the beginning, which is Major Arcana number 4, and this is the pile 4 as well. So that could be an important number. Changemaker, make waves, number 45. Interesting. 45, 46, and then 57. Something about synchronicity. Oh, that's interesting. It's like you go from 45, 46, but then you literally catapult right up to 57. So if you were to take those as levels, you're literally going to bypass like an entire amount of levels, because you're changing and you're meant to make waves here. But these changes are going to look so beautiful and so wonderful on you. They're going to look absolutely stunning. I keep hearing that. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.